What's going on, guys? Trader Kaz here. As promised, we're getting back into the swing of things and starting to record some more videos, stream some more, post some trade setups on Twitter, all the good stuff. Market had been a little slow for a while after the big nuke. I kind of wasn't super interested in trading very actively because I figured we would just chop around for a bit and we didn't really have many levels to work with immediately after that. And so hadn't been trading much, but now I feel like I have a pretty solid read on the market and ready to dive back into it. So we're going to start out by looking at SPX. We've been in a nice little uptrend since October 13th, so 46 days, well, 32 actual trading days, but you get the idea. But right now, I think it's important for us to hold this region right here, which is basically just this daily level. If we break down below that, and man, this has been some choppy PA, but if we break down below that, that would be a break in market structure, and I would be a little bit concerned about where the market, well, not necessarily concerned, but I think there would be at least some downside if we break down from that. So ideally, we want to see this level hold right here if we are going to play some of the long setups that I'm going to lay out here shortly. Otherwise, if that breaks down, I think we have a pretty good idea of some shorts to take. But just keeping an eye on this. I know we haven't been super correlated, Bitcoin and equities, but regardless, on a day where equities nuke, I don't think Bitcoin would have a super bullish day. But the correlation has slowed down quite a bit recently, for what it's worth. So let's talk about Bitcoin. We have this super clean range right here that we had been trading in between June all the way to October or November. Really clean mid-range interactions here, a little deviation above it there. Then the nuke, and price respected the range low really well right here on a closing basis. So we weren't able to get back above that. And since then, we've just been chopping around. Monday's range is about to be locked in 45 minutes. So I have it drawn on here. I don't expect us to push higher or lower in the next 45 minutes. But the two kind of main setups that I'm looking for this week are sweeps of Monday's high or Monday's low. If we get this one first, I would likely play this trade setup as well. Like if we go up here first and then come down, I'd look for the short up here and then the long down here. But if we get this long first, if we just come straight down, I think the down move would be complete, and I'd more so be interested in taking profit up here rather than entering a fresh short. Because right now, I think price wants to come down to this level. We already had one sweep of the low. I think we come down, sweep it again, and then I think the downside objective will be more or less met. And then I am looking for longs to hold for not a crazy long period of time, but probably a few days. You can see shorts have had a super free ride this entire time, right? None of these highs have been taken at all. And so I'd like to get positioned in a nice long setup on a sweep of Monday's low and also some confluence with this being the origin of this move right there. So we know there are buyers interested there. And then I'd like to see us push up here, sweep some of these highs, and then maybe we come back down and start ranging again. But I think shorts have more or less not been punished at all. All these highs are untapped. And so I think we make a run on those at some point. But like I said, I don't know if we're going to get the move up to Monday's high first or the one to Monday's low. So we just got to be patient there and see what the market gives us and not rush into anything, because this choppy price action around the middle of the range it's not pretty. It's not something I'm interested in. Moving on to Ethereum, I posted a short setup on Twitter a few days ago, or I guess yesterday actually. We were looking for this breakdown, really clean retest of the daily open, and then straight down to this low. We haven't swept the low quite yet, and that's partially why I think Monday's range will work really well on Ethereum as well. So we have our Monday's high, Monday's low. That'll get locked in 45 minutes. Let me hide those. There we go. Makes the screen a little bigger. But now we have Monday's low down at this low, and it's basically an equal low right there. I guess I could have left that. It doesn't really matter. And so I think that's a really strong magnet for price. So if we're able to time these together, Bitcoin might make that move while Ethereum does something like this. And then I think that would be a great long setup. I know we tagged this high a little bit, which Bitcoin did not do. But I still think there is a good amount of resting liquidity above all these highs. And at the very least, I think this would be a great long up until 1200. So more or less the same plan on Bitcoin and Ethereum. We'll be keeping an eye on both to try and time them together a little bit. Looking at Sol, this is I don't even know how much I want to trade Sol, if I'm being completely honest. I don't really know what's gonna happen with Sol, but regardless, this is a very clean SR level. You can see, it's pretty obvious how clean that is. So if we do come up here, and I know this high is not Monday's high. Monday's high is up here. But Sol is pretty far from that compared to how far away Bitcoin and Ethereum are from their Monday's highs. So if this does rally, it might have a weaker rally. And I think any rejection into that level is a bit of a no-brainer short. These highs worry me a little bit right here. You basically have like 3 equal highs. So, the even better setup would be if we were able to take out Monday's high and those, right? Get like a dirty wick up there. But then you just have to keep an eye out to see if we hold 13.9, because if this does come up and take those highs but holds back on this level, that is a failed bearish setup. It reclaimed the support, and we'd look for price to move higher. And we also have these equal highs right there. So a few things to watch for on Sol, but I can't say it's like at the top of my list of what I want to trade. And then I want to look at Ape lastly. Maybe this comes up more, like if the rest of the market spikes up a bit. But just one thing I noticed is this is a incredibly clean SR level, and I did hear some rumors that Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is like who this coin is by, they might have like some staking coming out for Ape or something like that. So this could be a classic buy the rumor, sell the news. We've had 3 straight green days up, which is like a 30%, 32% pump. So if this gives me a short setup, maybe a nice sweep of the high, and then you get your break in market structure, I think this would be an awesome short, especially if we get a spike up when they announce whatever staking or whatever it is that they have coming out, and buy the rumor, sell the news. So once that officially comes out, I think that's a good thing to keep an eye on. But I got this high up on my watch list because this is just such a clean level, and we might even have some extra fundamental reasoning for why we could short this. And then Link, this is just crazy how strong Link has been. Like it's still within the range from June, and if you compare that with Bitcoin, like you can see a major difference. We have these 3 lower highs here that I think will act as a magnet for price at some point. Monday's range is pretty big on this one. Let me pull it up really quick. We'll get it on there. And from a daily perspective, I think this is a nice SR level right around there. There we go. So I'm not sure if or when this comes back down, but that would be a very nice level to long, especially given the strength of Link. I think this is one where if you're bullish on the market, Link longs would be a good one to focus on just because of how strong Link has been. So I'll wrap the video up here right around 10 minutes. As always, shout out to Bybit, the sponsor of these videos, and I'm planning to do these consistently again now that I'll be trading more. And now that I think I've got some good plans on the market and some of that gross choppy PA after the big nuke is over with. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, there's a Bybit link in the description. I will be tweeting and try posting in Discord more again, updating if any of these setups trigger. And we'll go from there. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.